Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Great to be here. Apologies for being late. I was speaking to Chris in all honesty, and normally we play a bit of a silly little game of trying to make each other late for our lives, and we were just chin wagging, and he wasn't even trying, to be honest, to make me late. He just realised. He said, "Blimey, look at the time. You're late." So I apologise, everybody, for my lateness, but here I am. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of July. Time's moving on, isn't it, for the summer? I hope everyone's having a good time. As I said, this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm working away again on the markets, so there'll be no live from me Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, if anything happens, uh, I'll let you know as soon as I possibly can. Definitely this week, guys, keep your ears and eyes open in your OES for new pop up. Got a really good feeling that something's going to be happening very shortly as far as O News number 6 is concerned. So keep your eyes peeled in your back office for that. When it's going to hit, don't know. But I'm quietly confident that it will happen this week, that's for sure. So log in at least once a day for that. Obviously, if we hear, we will post it out and let you know anyway. Apart from that, nothing else new as far as the company is concerned. I did check that the O News is still number 5 as well. So, what did I want to talk to you guys about today? And this is actually something that's come from our CEO, really, about how the destination is more important than the vehicle that we are using. Why are we going over this topic? I think it really needs to be crystal clear to everyone that the vehicle that we were using on passive is no longer functioning or was in a big car accident and was basically written off. So we had to find new modes of transport. But what is the important part is the destination that we are going on. You know, through all the things that I've been talking to you guys about how to be successful online in business, all the tips that I've been giving to you, the things that you should look into to help your business and all the rest of it. Yes, they're important, and yes, they are going to add to your success as far as your business is concerned. But the number one thing that really does stand out more than anything as far as success is concerned, and that is how that person hangs on to their goal of what they are trying to achieve, right? The destination, where they want to go, what they want to try and achieve is the number one thing that makes you successful. Why? Because you will literally go through fire to get to it. You will go through so much adversity just to get to that destination where you want to go. This is what metaphorically separates the men from the boys. This is where the ones, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You know, rather than giving up, finding an easier route, whatever it may be, sometimes you really have to dig deep, roll your sleeves up, and really stick to your guns as far as your destination is concerned. So I thought it'd be a good topic to talk about because we have had our fair change of vehicle on our journey to our destination. And we've said many times, haven't we, that change is not a bad thing. Sometimes you have to change the vehicle, sometimes you have to change the direction. And I believe both of those things have become very apparent within our own business. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. So I am going to share the screen once again. Just put in the chat, by the way, if you do like me sharing the screen or not. I think it's something for you to just read over whilst I'm talking. I think it adds to what I'm doing, but I'd like to see in the chat what your views are. because obviously I just don't want to presume it's good or it's not good. So here we go. Let's have a look, just make sure we are sharing the right bit, which yes, I am. Go to here. Okay. So it's not the vehicle, it's the destination that counts in business. So let's have a look at the statement of what it says about it. And that is the statement, it's not the vehicle, it's the destination that counts in business, is nuanced one. What does this mean? It is, while a clear business goal, the destination is crucial, the methods and process used to achieve it, the vehicle, are equally important as they impact the overall experience and success. Focusing solely on the destination without considering the journey can lead to negative consequences such as burnout, ethical compromises, or lack of adaptability. Interesting that, isn't it? How many times has our CEO said those words? It's not the destination, it's the journey. How many times has he spoken to us about how important it is that we embrace the journey of where we are going? Yes, it is important that we've got the right vehicle. Yes, it's important that we know the destination we're going to, but it's also important that we embrace the journey that we are on. I've said this many times that each of us will have our own journey story to tell. You might not think that your journey is important, but I can assure you it is. Everyone's is individually different, but has the same goal, the destination, as part of the story. We all have been through our own bit of adversity on our own journeys, haven't we? You know, we've all had things happen to us that haven't been very nice, whether it be words, accusations from family, friends of telling us how stupid we are, what you're doing that for, it's a cult, you know, can't you see, all, you know, all the sort of things that I'm talking about. I'm sure many of you have had as well. But it is important that we really know what our destination is and what we are all trying to achieve. So direction and purpose, as well as defining destination, provides a direct purpose for a business. It is that light at the end of the tunnel. It is that goal. It clarifies what the business is trying to achieve and helps to align its efforts not only to get to that destination, but also align it with all of us lot. We are in a line with our CEO. We are, well, that's really why the reason we're all still here, isn't it? Because we are aligned with our CEO. We are in tune with him, per se, of what he is trying to achieve. We want the same. You know, we want to have the same destination, do the same things in our own way, within our own communities, within our own families, etc., that our CEO is trying to achieve on a more global scale. We will do our individual part, but all of those grains of sands, drops of water, make a beach and make an ocean. And this is what our overall vision of our CEO is trying to achieve, and we're trying to make our own grain of sand and our own drop of water. Collectively, it's an ocean and it's a beach. The journey that we are all undertaking to get to those destinations is important. It's your story. It's not somebody else's. It's your story. And we will all be able to tell that story at some point in the future. Why? Because all of us have been here minimum now of 2 years or more. A lot of us a lot longer. So we have all got a great story to tell. We will all be able to reminisce of the remember this and this happened. We'll even be able to look back over the many webinars we've had and talk about various parts of the business that we have been part of on our journey that didn't come to fruition, but look where we are now, far better. All these kind of things. I've spoke to Chris about this, that, you know, in the future, I can't wait to sit down with him, with other friends that I've met through On Passive, and just sit and chat about our journey, just with like-minded people who understand, who know exactly where you are. The motivational and focus, okay, is important when you are on your drive to get to that destination. Having a clear goal can be motivating for your employees and stakeholders if you've got them, because it's encouraging them to work towards a common objective. Did you listen to our CEO Ash Mufareh when he was talking about the new team and all the rest of it, that he was actually saying how much more in line and in focus of his destination these guys are? He doesn't have to explain things so much to these people because they get what he is trying to achieve and are in tune with where he wants to go to. He's already admitted that with the old team, there was a lot of them that weren't aligned with what he wanted to do and were going off in different directions. We saw that firsthand, didn't we? And this wasn't really the story of On Passive. That was a story of something that why are we going in that direction when that's not what the story of On Passive is all about. This is why having people within your organization that have that clear goal, okay, that clear motivation, really does help to be able to get to where you want to go. Measurement and evaluation, okay, allows the destination to progress and evaluate to its successful conclusion. Obviously, that has to be done on a regular basis. Evaluate where you're going. Is this the right vehicle? Is this the right destination? Direction that we're going on. Do we have to change course, in fact, to do that? We've been told, haven't we, many times, that if that road is blocked off for any reason, then guess what? You might have to go across country and it might be a bit bumpy before you can get back on a smooth road again. This is what's happened with us. The vehicle with side of the journey, okay, is as important as the journey itself. What are you using to get to where you want to go to? And the employee well-being really does come into that vehicle. The journey of a way business operates significantly impacts employees' well-being and morale. Poor management practices, high stress, and lack of support can lead to burnout and decreased productivity. If you think about it, the back-end staff is part of the vehicle that we're on, because they're the ones that are the mechanics of the vehicle itself. They're the ones that are the engine, the wheels, the brakes, the accelerator, and the dashboard. We are sat on the seats within the business, and this vehicle is taking us to our destination. They're the ones that really are being put through their paces. And if they are not looked after well, if they have very high stressful jobs, the management within that process isn't up to speed as far as what they are capable of, all this leads to a decrease and burnout in productivity. Not good for the vehicle. Ethical considerations also need to go into that workforce that are your vehicle. The methods used to achieve a goal can raise ethical questions. Okay, you need to focus. You don't a focus solely on destination may lead to unethical shortcuts or compromises. We live in a society now, don't we, where we are multicultural, multiracial, and all of these have to be taken into consideration as far as the workforce is concerned. Religion, obviously, how people are around the workplace, what you're allowed to say, what you're not allowed to say, how much work, how many hours you're meant to work, rest periods, having the right facilities. All of these sort of things are part and parcel now of having the right vehicle to take you to the destination you need to go to. If you don't, then again, that's not productive for your business. It builds, or it would certainly harbour, a lot of negativity as far as the workforce is concerned. Why? Because that person's needs, as far as religion, ethnicity, etc., hasn't been taken into consideration. And a lot of people might find that hinders them within the workplace. That's not good for the business. It's not good for the workforce. So certainly it's part and parcel now of looking at when you are having employees. Adaptability and learning, obviously, a rigid focus on the destination can hinder a business's ability to adapt to change circumstances. The journey provides opportunities for learning, innovation, and adjustment. We were talking about this couple of minutes ago. Sometimes you need to change direction when there's blocks in the road. If you are hell-bent on your destination and focus in that direction, guess what? You are not going to adapt. You're not going to change to be able to go round the blockage. If you have got a more open stance as far as the business is concerned of how you're going to get to that destination, it's not a straight road. It can be curved, it can be off-road, it can be in all sorts of directions, but the main goal should be the direction, the destination of where you're trying to get to. And so making adjustments along that journey is not a bad thing, that's for sure. Also, sustainability. The journey or the operational practice determines the long-term sustainability of a business. Practices that are unsustainable in the long run can lead to failure. I think we saw a lot of this, really, didn't we, in On Passive before we were paused, and that was really practices that weren't in line, in tune with the business. I think more and more now, our CEO understands that having the alignment of what he is trying to achieve is important for all of us to have the same thing. If we haven't got the same ethics, if we haven't got not in line with our CEO of what he is trying to achieve, then maybe this business is not for you. You know, he is determined to make a clean, ethical business that is open to everyone. He doesn't want to have any people trying to take the business in different directions, use the business in an unethical way. To all these sort of things are important to him. And as long as you can walk the same walk that he walks, talk the same talk that he talks, then there is no problem whatsoever. But if you are somebody who is looking at this business to leverage it for your personal gain in other areas, then certainly that is not ethical and is not part of what this business is all about. So in conclusion, both the destination and the journey are vital for business success. A successful business needs a clear destination goal while also prioritizing a healthy and ethical journey, that is the methods of the operation. Focusing solely on the destination can lead to short-term gains but long-term problems, while neglecting the destination can result in aimlessness, basically not knowing where you're going. The ideal scenario is to have a clear destination while also embracing a journey that is sustainable, ethical, and fosters employees' well-being and growth. If you can manage to have that within the workforce, within the employees, within the people who are part of the journey, then you stand a very good chance of having a very successful business. This is why I say the vehicle, okay, the destination is not what it's also about. Sometimes you have to change that vehicle. because sometimes the vehicle breaks, it's not functioning anymore. You change the vehicle, but the destination stays the same. This is where I believe we are at the moment with the business, and I'm very much looking forward to our new vehicle and where it is going to take us. That is it for me for today, guys. Let me just forget the screen. There you go. I hope this has been another session that has been interesting for you to make you think a little bit more about your business, about where we are at the moment, and about how things are progressing. Like I said, keep your eyes on your OES for this week. I'm pretty confident that we will see another pop-up for O News number 6, and I'm very much looking forward to that to see what it has to say. Obviously, if we get one, many of us will pop on and pick it to pieces, do a bit of a review over it so that we can understand it all together collectively a little bit better. That's it from me for today, guys. See you all tomorrow, and I'll come up with another topic. Bye for now.